What's good with YouTube? It's your boy King back with another video. You already know, man. Hope everybody's having a good day out there. What's today? Thursday. But anyways, man, if y'all like this video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. A little something different for y'all today. So we got for y'all today. Cop discovered horrifying scene after responding to a 911 call. Like I said, man, hopefully everybody's having a good day. If y'all like this video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. Let's go.
Salt Lake City Police, is anyone inside? Salt Lake City Police, anyone inside? Open door left, bathroom. Shit.
Damn.
Okay, out.
Somebody's in there?
Yeah.
So what happened to lead up to this moment on Friday, April the 10th of 2020 in Salt Lake City, Utah? What had brought Police Sergeant Brandon Shearer to this apartment and the apparent scene of a murder?
Shit.
Join us as we take a look at the story of William Bradley.
William. Hey,
Damn.
with us?
Homie tripping. I gotta fast forward this shit. What the fuck?
Let's backtrack in time a bit from the point of Sergeant Shearer's terrible discovery. It was about 1 p.m. on a bright, warm day during the pandemic when Salt Lake City's 911 received a call from the management of an apartment complex just off of West Temple near the 1000 block. Maintenance workers had seen a man emerge from an apartment there covered in blood. He then dashed out and stole the maintenance crew's golf cart and headed south, weaving in and out of traffic. Salt Lake City, the spiritual home of the Mormon religion, is one of the steadiest growing cities in the world. It is both bustling and quiet, drawing visitors and new residents each year from around the world. On this day, one man was creating a massive disturbance, and Sergeant Shearer would be one of the many officers who responded to the call. By the time Shearer arrived on the scene, other officers had already secured William Dennis Bradley and separated him from the golf cart.
Damn, what's going on, gang? What's going on?
I'm recording, so
Okay. Well, either way,
I
so
hope that's not his blood. Or I mean, I hope that is his
just
blood.
made a statement that he cut his dog's head off.
Oh,
And
wow.
we dealt with him the other day, and he had a dog with him, so doesn't have one today.
Well,
So they're heading
yeah,
back
that's a
over to
little
Palmer
made-up
Court.
story.
They're gonna let him in his apartment.
where did that supposedly happen? At Palmer Court?
At Palmer in his, I guess he has an apartment there.
Whatever William was claiming, he had obviously been in either extreme mental distress during a psychotic episode or under the influence of very strong hallucinogens. The first officers on the scene had already put in a request to
Homie on
pink
some
sheet
PCP
the
or
man,
something.
making a formal request for the authority to have the man taken to a local hospital for a psychological evaluation along with the treatment of any wounds he had.
Got the golf cart right there.
Saw his blood. So I.
That shit's
Is any of it
crazy.
his blood?
Well, he does have a stab wound in his leg.
From himself? Or
That's what we're thinking. So he keeps telling us he's been fighting the Terminator for an hour and a half. He sawed the Terminator's head off. Is how he walked.
Oh, shit.
I bet that's the dog.
So we've got 2 units headed back to Palmer Court to go to the apartment
okay.
to make sure nobody else is in there.
Man, that's when they went back and found a little discovery.
Crime
Huh?
lab yet?
No.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Where's my dog? Get my dog. Get my dog.
Like I say, depending on what all
It's on his face.
blood.
Get my dog.
It's a crazy video.
Gotta go to the
It is.
hospital.
Oh,
You
wow.
gotta fucking drag.
No, we're good. Then that'll be the option. Either you go with
Where's my dog at? Get my
We're
dog.
going to get your dog right now.
Get my dog.
Okay, let's not do it the hard way, all right?
No.
Your dog is
Let's
dead,
go.
supposedly, right?
Let's go.
You can go home right after you talk with at the hospital, okay?
Where's your truck?
Station
Well,
right there.
I've
Oh,
texted
you just walked from the station?
Yeah,
Yeah, there.
It's right here. It's easy to walk.
That's probably true. Yeah.
It's actually easier right
Yeah.
here.
Well, you'd have to. Can you make that turn?
Oh yeah.
Oh, because your driveway's.
Oh yeah. Here, William, we're just waiting for our ambulance, all right? When they get here, are you gonna
Oh, right here on his leg? Is that what you're talking? Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hold off on LDS.
I got
So are you seeing, other than the leg, are you seeing anything else?
There's something on his nose.
Based on how it's smeared, it's just, it's all, you can see it's just all
Really
white.
intrigued to see what's in the apartment,
I hope it's a dog.
right? I mean, I hope it's not.
Well, I'd
You hope
rather
it's
dog
not.
than any
Oh,
other.
That
okay,
than something
okay.
else. Right.
Listen, if you've been
I'm
in a
about to
car
say, what are you
accident,
talking
don't
about?
call an attorney. Use
it's
this
not a
AI
dog.
app instead. That's what I did, and that's
Yeah, come on, computer. Dang, my fault. Should have taken a minute to load. Dang, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Dang, what's up with it? Dang, something going on with the internet?
As
This
Sergeant
is-
Shearer drives over to the Jefferson School apartment complex, the officers remaining with William attempt to load him into the Gold Cross ambulance. William would become combative, officers report in the incident, and he had threatened to knock out the officers and the EMTs on the scene.
Oh,
He
hell
also
no.
claimed that his name was Billy Badass and that he was protected by angels. He also shouted that the Judgment Day was coming and the Mormon
Oh.
Church should watch out. He also expounded the supposed fight
Homie
with the
tripping.
Terminator, telling officers he had fought with the android for over an hour and a half. "I killed the bastard, and the bastard was the Terminator," he said again. He would also tell police, once he had calmed down again, that he was just trying to get some cigarettes. William would eventually be restrained and loaded into the back of the ambulance and transported to the LDS hospital. Officer Gretchen McNeese rode in the back of the ambulance to provide security for the emergency workers who were tending to the man's injuries, a stab wound to the leg and a laceration to his nose. 2 other officers would follow along in their own squad cars and assist with offloading the man at the hospital. They would then cuff both of the man's hands to the rails of the gurney he was placed on in the emergency room, since he had become erratic and violent again. Meanwhile, Sergeant Shearer had arrived at the Jefferson School apartment complex.
Sad, man. Put up with something like this.
The window's broken, but the screen's not out.
A person's in there?
There's probably, if it's not his blood, then somebody's got to still be in there.
Well, he's talking about his dog.
His dog was fine.
Oh, damn. And homie's dog is fine.
His dog was fine?
Yeah, we saw his dog. Unless he cut his dog up.
Well, if his dog's fine, they're
Yeah, I mean, we saw his dog.
saying his dog's fine.
Damn, they about to.
Unless all that blood came from his leg, but that's a lot of blood.
So I looked at the backside, and the window is broken,
Okay.
but the screen's still there. So that's why I'm assuming that somebody's still in. I haven't tried the door, but I didn't know if you guys wanted me going in or not.
And this is where our story started. While waiting for the crime lab personnel to arrive on the scene, officers noticed that there were quite a few blood spatters on the steps leading down from the second floor of the apartment building. The
Dang,
trail
did
was
homeboy live
obviously
here?
left behind by William as he attempted to make his escape and stole the golf cart. The golf cart was also seized and towed away from the scene of the arrest. The crime lab would comb it for evidence as well, including the blood left behind by William and whoever might have been his victim. Forensic experts and a staff photographer would make their way into apartment G204 and attempt to figure out what had happened in the small one-bedroom apartment. Jessica Kilgore with the crime lab would say in her report that the living room of the apartment had been set up as a bedroom, with the bed and nightstand and TV there as well. It looked lived in, but didn't show any signs of struggle. The actual bedroom of the apartment, however, was a different story. Broken glass littered the floor, some from a broken window, the rest apparently from a shattered mirror. There were also several pieces of furniture knocked over and some obviously broken during the fray. There, along the south wall of the bedroom, lay the body of a dead man, wearing a jacket and black denim pants, a scarf tied around his right arm. Piled on top of the man, around his head, was a broken side table and the remnants of a large wooden frame, such as one for a picture or a mirror. She described the injuries to the man. First, that his face was swollen and incredibly bruised. A large laceration ran from his right ear to the left side of the back of his head. There were large splatters of blood on the wall near his right arm. When the jacket sleeve and scarf were slid up from the wrist, it showed there had been a massive cut there as well, and there was a large amount of blood that had soaked into the jacket sleeve and scarf. His knuckles on both hands showed many lacerations, as if he had been in a fight for his life. On his other wrist was a flimsy hospital ID tag that read Robert Carter. In the pocket of his jacket was found a Utah ID card for Robert Leon Carter, a 58-year-old man living in Salt Lake City. More papers found within the wallet in his back pocket, chained to his belt loop, corroborated his identity. 2 small packets of pills were also found in the man's pocket. Nearby his body was found a pair of oven gloves, one soaked in blood, the other not. A pair of broken glasses were also nearby, speaker housing, and a laundry basket. In the apartment's kitchen, a lone, large, and bloody shard of the mirror had been placed on the counter. The apartment was swept for prints and blood samples and any other evidence that could be found. Meanwhile, over at the LDS hospital, William had gone on another tear,
you gotta be
the attending
bullshitting
doctor and 3 other members of the emergency room staff before he could be restrained by the officers on hand. Once secured, he was sedated by the hospital staff and fell into a deep sleep. The doctor on call would tell the police officers that, in his opinion, William had been doing methamphetamines heavily and had not slept for days. Meth benders can go on for days upon end before the person's body or mind or money runs out. It would be after midnight before William awoke and began speaking to the doctor and nurses in attendance. He had slept for nearly 10 hours. It was time to take him to the police department to be interviewed. He was put in a restraining wrap, loaded into a wheelchair, and rolled out to a waiting car to transport him to the police department. Buckled in for his safety, William was transported across town and then wheeled into the interview room. As he was wheeled into the building, he started slipping back into sleep and would prove hard to rouse.
William, open your eyes for me, man. Hey, William.
With over 1,000 successful test flights, this is your next investment opportunity. We're pioneering technology.
His brain is fried. No. Damn, again. Come on, computer. I just skipped the ad. Come on now. And come on. What's going on? Back to the video.
Second of all, that aside from my narrating duties here with Beyond Evil, I am also an author, and I've just had a new book come out today through Amazon.
What? Ain't nobody trying to hear nothing about your book, bro. I'm trying to do a damn reaction. You gotta be shitting me. Come on, man. Damn. There we go. Man, homeboy look like he just came out the patent psych ward.
Once detectives Nathan Wiley and Stephen Pariseau entered the room, they realized that they were stuck with a difficult situation. Before any kind of interview or interrogation can begin, they are required to verify who the person is and obtain, if possible, any other pertinent information such as date of birth or an address. Once that's been done, they are required to advise the person of their Miranda rights, particularly their right to silence and to have an attorney present. In this case, the two men were left to struggle with even verifying William's identity.
Hey, William. William.
William. You awake?
William, open your eyes for me, man. Hey, William.
Damn, I thought homeboy was about to slap his ass. Damn.
William, my name's Detective Wiley.
Got some questions
for
for you.
Detective Pariseau, okay? Right now you're at the police station. The reason you're in that restraint is just some stuff that happened over at the hospital, okay? So that's for your safety and my safety. You got that? You understand that?
Damn.
William.
William. William. Hey, you with us? Huh? You with us, William? William?
Damn. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with homeboy? Sound like a monster or some shit.
William, I need you to open your eyes, man, and look at me, okay? Open them up. William, hey, open your eyes and look at me, okay? I need you to keep your eyes open, okay? Can you keep your eyes open for me? Tell me your name. What is it?
Damn.
Say your first name for me.
Okay.
William? Do you go by any other name? Do you go by William, or does somebody call you something else?
William. Hey, bro. You all right? Hey. You okay?
They ain't about to get nothing out
You
there,
what?
dude.
I didn't catch that. You wanted to go to bed? Okay, I understand that.
Damn,
but
how
we
long
need to
did they
talk to you, okay,
sedate
and try to figure
homeboy?
some things
Homeboy
out,
can't even
all right?
talk.
So I just need you to stay awake for just a short period of time, okay? And then we can get you to where you need to go to bed. Does that sound like a plan? I want to get you to go to bed, but right now I need you to stay awake for just a little bit, okay? Okay, William?
William. Hey. Hey. We
This
need
shit
you to
is
wake
useless.
up.
This shit is
Wake up.
useless.
Okay, I need you to keep your eyes open. You're closing your eyes again.
Homeboy know what he did. That's
Hey.
why he's acting like that.
You're gonna get mad at me, but I'm gonna keep waking you up, man. What? Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Hey.
Damn.
William, I know you want to get stretched out and go to bed and get out of those restraints, but the quicker you wake up and you talk to me, you were up and talking to the nurses before you came here. I know that, okay? So you need to wake up and you need to talk to me, all right?
He don't want to talk about that shit. He know what he did.
Otherwise, William,
know
I'm
what
going
he
to
did
just
was
take this as
wrong.
a refusal that you're not going to talk to me.
Maybe William is a very cagey individual and is incredibly good at pretending to be too sleepy to answer questions. But more than likely, he's running such an incredible sleep deficit that even with trace amounts of methamphetamine still working their way out of his system, he simply cannot stay conscious. Frustrated, the two detectives still remain professional as they can. They try yet again to get the most basic information out of the man. William can barely even growl out his own name in his scratchy, raspy, whispered voice.
Right?
Let's say you run a gym franchise where people get ripped, but you don't know the music is too loud.
Hey. William. Wake up, man. We'd like to talk to you for a minute. We'd kind of like to hear your side of this story.
William, what's your last name? Bradley? What's your date of birth? You gotta say it loud so I can hear you. I can't hear you.
Damn.
7 what?
I can't even hear this motherfucker.
Okay. What's your address of where you're living at? I didn't hear the south. I heard West Temple, but what's the south? Say it loud so I can hear you.
Soy sauce, soy sauce, soy sauce.
All I'm hearing is West Temple, but I can't hear the south. All right, I'm done.
Damn, they had enough. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Be back here shortly, okay?
Dang, homie Williams is gone, man. Fried. Kids, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. End up like Williams.
There's nothing they can do with him or to him in this situation. There's no way that he would understand his rights if they tried to explain them to him. They're just left with marking it down as a refusal to speak and hold him over in hopes that he would be able to speak after some time in jail, sleeping and recovering from his long, murderous bender. He would sleep in the wheelchair, bound up in the restraint wrap, unbothered for 30 minutes before the detective and 2 officers come in to wheel him out and take him to the Salt Lake City jail.
Damn, they left his ass in there.
William would be charged with murder and 4 counts of assault by a prisoner for his attacks on the emergency room personnel. Judge Teresa Welch would hold him over with a $1 million bond. William would file paperwork that he was indigent, having been previously unemployed for some time before the incident, and court-appointed defense attorneys would be assigned to him from Salt Lake Legal
He
Defenders.
deserves life
In the
prison.
meantime,
No
Robert
cap.
Leon Carter, 58 years of age, would be buried. He was apparently homeless at the time of his death,
R.I.P. to
and his
homeboy.
obituary offered no more information than he had once lived and that he had died, offering no information about what happened between those dates. Records found in our investigation showed that he had been through 2 difficult bankruptcies over a decade before. His last known address had shown that he had been homeless approximately 1 year before his life ended.
Yeah.
We'll never know how he met up
Homie
with
was
William
struggling.
Bradley or how long they had known each other.
And got murdered.
Even
That's
if they
bad.
really did. Only the 2 men know, and Robert can no longer tell us, and William would never take his day in court.
Wow.
It would take nearly 3 years of delays, some caused by the difficulties of the COVID pandemic, some by scheduling conflicts by defense attorneys, before the courts had to throw up their hands in frustration, much like the detectives had during the interrogation. Prosecutors would finally offer a plea deal just to get the case settled and some sort of justice to be found. William Bradley would plead guilty to murder, but it would be brought down from a Class 1 felony to a Class 2. He would also plead guilty to assault by a prisoner. He would be sentenced to up to 15 years in prison for the murder and up to 5 years for the assaults to be served concurrently. William Bradley is now
20
serving
years.
his time as an offender in Housing Unit B4 of the Utah State
They shouldn't even let
Correctional
his ass
Facility.
out. What the fuck?
If you found this case compelling, don't forget.
Damn, gang. If y'all like that video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Homeboy broke into the crib. Slice him up on the damn drug binge. Crazy ass shit, man. But anyways, if y'all like that video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace.